All right, finally time to get a video of my 1965 Williams/United's Kickapoo machine. Got it on CoinDrop. It's a 6-player shuffle target game with 4 different game modes. I go through the 4 game modes real quick, show you the difference on them, and then show you the inner workings and how everything goes. All score rails reset to 0 except for players and shots, which reset to 1. And then you're on first up. Multiple coins means multiple players. I'm only going to play 1-player game, but if you deposit up to 6 coins, you can play 6 players. Each player gets 12 shots, get a puck, throw it down the lane, and almost every game mode you're always aiming for the center hole because the center hole is the bullseye. Between all the game modes, we have regular, which is just the regular scoring that takes place in that little area where the center hole is 70, left is 20, top is 50, right is 30, bottom is 40, and then the miss is 10. You can also, for the first 3 game modes, have the exact same game mode, but add center pocket shoots again. So you get an extra shot, it's kind of like an extra ball, if you get the center bullseye that's already worth 70. You can go to advance center pocket shoots again, flash center pocket shoots again. You can see it also cycles those lights there. I'll tell you what that does in a bit. Or you can do repeater. And repeater is about shooting again anyway, so you can't have repeater center pocket shoots again. Well, let's just go to regular center pocket shoots again, see how I do. Bottom hole of the circle, so I got 40. Puck returns. Another 40. It's really cool on advance how it actually counts up multiple hundreds of points because it's one big score motor with a bunch of fingers that just hit the contacts to do like a 10-pointer. I'm just going to do a quick 12 shots. I'm already on shot number 5. These games go by pretty quick. That was a whole miss, so there's actually 2 holes in the bottom, but both of which score 10, so. Come on. Oh my goodness. The whole entire back is made out of rubber. That's why it looks so bad. Because I can clean it a little, but it's all rubber, so it's not like I can have a replacement for it. Best I can do is peel the rubber out of the way that's preventing the puck from going all the way through some of the holes. Okay, one more shot after this. Final shot. I still haven't even got the 70. Oh, 30. Game over. Final score of 370 points for regular center pocket shoots again. That's not great. That's not great. Put another quarter in, play the second game mode. In order to do the game modes, there's a button on the front that says select scoring. You hit it to cycle through the game modes. Let's do advanced center pocket shoots again. This one's a lot of people's favorite game mode. Seems like it's the most popular. So the way advance works is after every single shot, the scoring table advances to the next. You can't see it from this far back, but now the center is worth 140 instead of only being worth 70. And I nailed it. So that was 140 points. Just says 150 because I scored 10 my last shot. You hear the chime bar going, dun dun dun, saying shoot again. So I've got a second shot. It only advances the scoring when your shots actually advance. So I didn't get my second shot to be 210. It only advances when the actual shot count advances. Now on my 4th shot, I'm at the 4th advance, which means the center is 280. Oh, bottom's 160 though. All the values advance. So now the final scoring table The max is 350 for dead center. Middle 40 is now 200, and then the bottom loss of 10 is 50. See if I can get 350. 200's all right. Once you get to shot 6, and this also goes for a multiplayer game, the advances stay the same throughout the players. Once you get to shot 6, you go back to it being worth the least, down to 70, and you go through them one more time until you get to shots 10, 11, and 12. Ooh, that was 100. Shots 10, 11, and 12 are all worth the maximum advance on the end there. 210 for the middle, and I got 30 at the bottom. It'll suck when you almost have it, but it ends up bouncing all the way to the 10. All right, now that I'm on my 10th shot, I've got 3 shots to score 350 in the center. And since center pocket shoots again, I can technically get 700 points in one shot. If I get 350, and they get another 350 with my extra ball. Oh, 250. The very top hole's worth the most besides the center. All right, last shot. And it bounced all the way down to 50. Game over. 1,480. Sure, it's a better game than the last game, but all the modes score differently. So I'd say 1,400 is pretty good for advance, considering I got that shoot again. All right, now let's try flash with center pocket shoots again. And now to explain flash, I have to bring the phone, let's just say it. It's a phone. It's my phone. Bring the phone up here because you can notice these numbers are cycling. And you might think the numbers correspond to these little wires, but that's not actually correct. See, whenever you hit any one of these wires with the puck as it goes right before it hits the ramp, it will stop the numbers in their tracks. And wherever the numbers stop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where the number stops at is what you're scoring based off of the advance. So since I stopped the number on number 3, when the puck lands in the hole, my hole values are going to be the third advance in the middle. So this one combines both trying to shoot the middle with timing. Because technically every shot you can get 350 in the center, but this time you also have to time it so that the puck goes over the wires when it's lit for number 5 in the center. Oh, no, a little late. It does have a small bit of delay to stopping it, but that's just the way it is. Ooh, 5, but I got 200 on the bottom. 4 and 160. You'll notice that it also lights up which specific advance it is after every shot in case you don't know what you're scoring. I got 5 and it lit up the very right for 250 at the very top. Ooh, oh man! Oh, I got 5 and it swung around that little center hole a little bit. It tiptoed around the bullseye for me. I'm pretty good at timing it on 5. But when you're inexperienced and you're playing this, you're like, you can get so caught up on timing it to land on 5 that you'll overshoot it. You'll be more forceful and you'll be like, 4 on the top, under 50. I got one more game mode after this, and it's actually my personal favorite. Which, I mean, it's not that many people like it. I just find it a little more fun than the others. Oh, yep, 40. And see, sometimes, very rarely, I've tried all my switch adjustments to get it so it always cycles the light every single time, and I guarantee it's not a rollover switch sticking down. I am just unsure why there's some times where that rollover relay in the trip bank re-energizes and it doesn't allow you to shoot for any flashing lights. So whatever I shoot now, it's going to be number 2. Oh, I didn't even get to shoot again that whole time. Darn. 18-20. All right, final quarter, final game mode. All right, now we've got repeater. The way repeater works is you're just shooting for the lit pocket. They light up these little pockets right here in this little board for the top, the center, the left, and the right pockets. And it says shoot for lit pocket. Currently, the lit pocket is 70. In repeater, all of the scores are just the same as the normal board, except for the lit pocket. The lit pocket is 70 and gives you shoot again. So, no different than usual. Currently, it's the bullseye. But every shot, the lit pocket alternates. So now, I'm going for the left pocket. Oh, I almost had it. That's why I like repeater, because it lets you shoot for other things. Granted, the center is always worth 70 because it's the same as the center score table, but the lit is worth 70 and shoot again. So currently, if I hit the top pocket, now I get the center. The one time the center isn't shoot again. Oh my gosh. Ah. Another really cool thing about repeater is, unlike the other times getting the center pocket shoots again, you can actually get multiple in a row on repeater. You can keep going. If you keep getting the lit pocket, oh, there it is. Left pocket, shoot again. Now if I were to get the top pocket, it's still going to be shoot again. So you can really rack them up. Ah. That's the right pocket. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was rough to watch. Center. A little too soft. Meaning to find some wax to put on this to make it really slide. Apparently I got the wrong type of wax, so that's unfortunate. All right, 3 more shots. Top. Oh, you're kidding me. I thought I had that. All right, right pocket. Oh, goodness gracious. Final shot, back to center for bullseye. Wow. 400. That's rough. Peter's also probably the hardest game to score good points in, because even on regular, you're always going for 70 in the center for action ball. Anyways, that's Kickapoo. I'm gonna turn on the lights now. Get real bright in here. And show you kind of how it comes apart and what you can expect on the inside if you end up owning one of these machines. So, coin door opens, standard as most coin doors do, with a single light bulb to light up the 25 cents. A big coin mech, unfortunately, that sorts between dimes and nickels and what have you. And currently nickels get jammed because I don't have a nickel splitter on there. And I'll need to fix that. But all the wires from this, which is just coin relay, coin switch wires, and a light wire, they all go into here. You got a total play count in here, 25,000 some. I don't know if that still works. But there is a lock right here to lift the main field up. I didn't have the lock for it, so I just unscrewed it from the inside. That's not hard to do. So you just lift right here and comes up. Whole field is up on its side now. And there's not much to see under here besides the puck landed under the wood. But not much to see under here besides the switch for the select scoring, the wires that fly through here to go to the back, and then the conveyor belt here, which the way I found to adjust this, push the plate all the way up as far as it can go so the puck never gets stuck right here. Sometimes that plate being low can get that puck stuck. And grab some pliers and lift this up. So, because without lifting that up, this puck will often just fly out of here. And there's no real good way to go about it. Anyways, you got a tube light. If you're missing them, I forget what the specs on it were. But yeah, it's 14 watt cool white. I actually got a replacement one because one was burned out at Ace Hardware. They had one of this exact size in stock. So that was shocking. Guarantee I was the only one to ever put it in this machine. But yeah, I also put hinges on here because they weren't mounted on there. Put nylon nuts on there so they don't come off. Yeah, all of these pockets were so corroded, like the rubber here. I'll show you what the rubbers look like for the pockets. Look at how awful that is. I mean, this one looks fine, actually. They got a lot worse. This one was pretty bad. Granted, the puck couldn't really go through this anymore, sure. I mean, it couldn't, which is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to go down as a flap. But I just wouldn't like the look of that, so I took tape, wrapped it around the flaps, and then put red tape over there to get the color back. Looks really nice. You can't see the folds from so far back anyways. Oh, one other thing about under the field, this is where all the flash lamps go. You just take these 3 screws out, slide the board out, and you can access the lamps for the flash mode. They're all 6 volts. I put Optimax bulbs from Comet in there, the super, super bright ones, because that way you can actually see them through the inserts there. I redid the numbering on the inserts in Sharpie, which I didn't do a half bad job at, because this one just looks like crud because this isn't actually original. Someone made that at one point. But anyways, yeah, let's open up the back here, see what goes on back here, because it is a lot of stuff. You got a key for the back, otherwise you can just kind of pry it open probably. But got a lot of stuff back here. If you want to get the back glass off, you've got the bar right here that lifts, and that is just on a hinge, so that actually hinges out, which is weird because it kind of gets stuck on this bolt right here for the field. But if you actually want to take this whole thing off, you can just lift it off. It just sits in those little hinges. And for easy service, this whole board comes down on the front of it. You just have to slide these little guys, this guy here and that guy there, slide them together, whole board comes down for service. You see all the LEDs I used, all the warm whites, all the cool whites, all the solder repair on every single one of these sockets. And all these zeros are fake too. These are fake zeros, they don't actually move. And a couple golden yellows for the repeater. I feel like since it's kind of a different color than everything else that lights up, it'd probably look better that way. Just snaps back in. Now we can look at the back side. Another important thing when you're moving these, make sure you've got all 3 Jones plugs tied up, because this one flew across the interstate for about 3 hours and obliterated all the male pegs. So put a new Jones plug in there. Thankfully I was just able to match it up with the female side of the wires, so it wasn't like super hard to figure out. Down here you've got just the single huge motor that I can't tell you what the specs are on this, but it runs off the line voltage, and it runs the entire time that the game is in a game. So it gets a little hot. I can still feel it. It's pretty warm. But it just drives a pulley and belt that drives the conveyor. I just had to replace these in here. These are rubber rebounds from like electromechanical pinball machines, the things that are at the end of the shooter lane. This is what they look like. So yeah, they used rubber rebounds on both sides of this here and the front too, but it mainly matters here because that's, with all that wear, that's this conveyor sitting lower and the belt having less tension with the belt. So not only did I put new rubber rebounds in here, but I actually took this plate, as this plate has like long screw holes, screw places on both sides, and I drag this plate back as well as this plate on this side, because that way I can give the belt more tension, because literally the puck would fall on the belt and sometimes the belt would just come stopping in its tracks because there was too much slack, and the weight of the puck would just ruin it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but these are what all the flap mechanisms look like. It is literally just a metal flap with on spring tension to bring it back, and the switch that makes on each one of them is just a wiper that touches a contact right there. And that contact's there, and the rest of this whole thing is powered with a wire that is actually on each piece of metal. So yeah, another fluorescent tube back here. Fortunately, you won't really be able to see much with all that light in the way, but got 27 score reels, 6 of which are fake because they're these fake zeros where the reel is just screwed into place and there isn't even a coil back there. But yeah, 21 active score reels. The one in the center is thankfully the only one that actually has a disc on it to let the game know kind of how many players there are, because thankfully you can't actually score replays or win free games on this machine, so you don't have to worry about match number discs or hundreds and 10,000s units. I do like the look at how many make breaks are in this thing. There's this one, and then there's this one. Eventually I'll get fully reset. Yeah, there's A, B, and C reset relays. There's 3 reset relays, and all of them have like, 4? Oh, no, yeah, these aren't make break. These are one makes with 2 contacts, which I thought was so weird, but it makes sense when you're driving so many reels at once. You kind of want probably less arcing and sparking going on. But yeah, this is the player unit to decide which player the game is currently on. So I can step up from 1, 2, player 3, player 4, player 5, player 6, reset back to 1. And the reset back to 1 changes depending on how many player game it is, which I think the only way the game knows that is where this reel sits. Otherwise, you've got the shots counter. So shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clearly that does the shots there. 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, you know. You get the idea. It might not actually step like that. Then for this board, you have the trip banks, or the trip bank, this is the most abused trip bank in all of electromechanical things. I will say it right now. This trip bank goes every single shot you make. So if you're playing a 6-player game, this trip bank will fire, game over. Go back to game over. Piece of crap. This trip bank will fire 12 times 6, so a total of 70 times in just a 6-player game. Accounting for nobody getting shoot again either. So yeah, this bank fires a lot, and because of that, thank goodness for my grandfather, this actually was broken off its bracket, so I marked where to put pop rivets there, to actually secure it, since this coil shakes the thing so much it actually came loose down at the bottom here. And I was like, oh, we need rivets so it actually makes the arm contact all these plates equally. And you've got repeat, rollover, 70, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, game over, and start. A single tilt switch that I think just opens the switch to the lock relay. Yep. Normally I override the lock relay, but I feel like this guy was a little more important, so I kept him there. Shoot again relay. It's just a tripping mechanism. We got scoring lights adjustment for the A is in the on position, B is in the off position. Under target adjustment, shot counts position, no count shot position. Shoot again adjustment, extra shot or extra shots. So I'm assuming maybe in repeater you don't get double extra shots if you are in the other position. And then chime coil adjustment. You've got a motor jack, score motor jack. There's another one relating to bells. I forget where they mounted it. Yeah, there it is. You can have the bell sound every time 10 to 90 score relays energize, or only if the 70 is made. I have it on only 70 made because it kind of gives you an extra better feeling when you've got the extra sound when you get the bullseye. So otherwise you got your chime box, bunch of relays. Not assuming anyone's ever gonna lose the piece of paper behind these relays, but that's the way they look. Transformer, bunch of fuses, and you've got this one's for the repeater step-up unit, so changes what is lit for repeater. It just steps up like 3 times, then resets back to being on a reset. It's the left shot, and then that cycles in order from left to up to right to middle. And then you've got your game selector, so this actually changes, this is what pulses to change the game at the start. So, you've got, say, advanced center shoots again, repeater, flash center shoots again, stuff like that. And you've got your flash motor, which I can energize with the, well, let's just start a game. So hit the start right here. And I was already on flash. Look at that. So yeah, the flash motor turns the disc to cycle the lights, and the relay energizes to cycle the actual values, and then as soon as the rollover relay is hit, it stops it. Well, it's not going to go until I shoot it, or I'm not on flash. It just goes anyways. So now that I'm on flash, as long as my rollover is not going, both of the discs are turning, and I've got my lamps flashing. So as soon as I hit a rollover wire, the rollover relay energizes to cut the power with the one switch, cut the power to the coil, and stop it somewhere. And then the appropriate scoring takes place. Maybe with the advanced unit. I'm not sure. Where did they mount the advanced unit? Where is the advanced step-up? Now I'm so confused. I wonder what does the advanced step-up. Maybe it's part of the shots. Because it's 100% based off what shot you're on. So yeah, the advanced step-up is probably built into the shot stepper. Other than that, you've got a motor. Does the scoring, some other functions, and all the fingers. And yeah, one switch is right here. The there's a brass plate that connects the top switch to the actual bracket on this one. And it says so right here. Brass plate grounds wiper finger on, commutator disc. So the brass plate actually grounds the finger here. So yeah, you're not going to get any scoring unless this plate is brass. That's the second position. First, this is the one that the motor run. And yeah, I'd say that's a pretty halfway decent breakdown of the inner workings of this machine. If you happen to have one of these, I definitely think it is worth restoring after fixing it. Only thing I probably forgot to mention is the on-off switch is also hidden underneath here. So if you actually want to turn it off without unplugging it, it's right under there. Finally, that motor stopped running. But yeah, 1965 technology. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow the Instagram and YouTube, which you're already viewing this on. Bye!